Let's talk about Silvio Manfred Dante.
I don't know that we need to be that, overstated.
It's okay, Sil, I know. You're very humble, modest. You don't like to be the center of attention. It's all good.
Why don't you call for help in your radio mic, you fucking rat? Oh, God.
One of my favorite examples of early loyalty is when Sil puts Polly in his place after Tony tells him he's been seeing a woman psychiatrist and that Junior's using it against him. So when Polly suggests also using it against him, Sil says, "What are you getting at, Polly?"
What are you getting at, Paulie? Nothing. Look, he's gonna be the new boss now. In name and everything. Wish him buona fortuna.
Now, that doesn't mean that Sil's always cool and level-headed.
Sil, take it easy.
I'm losing my balls over here. This fucking moron's playing Hazel. Get the fuck out of here.
I was just trying to sweep the cheese away from you.
Why? Why now? I know you're upset. Let me give you a little advice. In my business, I see girls come and go. So I know. Time is the great enemy. You got a very short window. It's not good to get too hung up on any one thing. On the other hand, something new always comes along. I've seen it a million times. It's called Passages. You know, it's a book.
He's right, Rishka. He's very smart man.
I genuinely don't think there's anything to gain by keeping him around.
One of the moments in which we get a rare glimpse of Sil's vulnerability comes in Season 3, Episode 10, To Save Us All from Satan's Power, when he has a nightmare about seeing Puss in the dressing room at the Bing. He wakes up all bothered and goes to Tony to talk about it. And we see there's some more cheese in the dressing room. Perfect for a mousetrap.
95. I can't believe I didn't see it. It was to sit down. One thing you gotta admit, he made a great Santa Claus.
Listen, I thought you'd want to know. The two guys over there at that table?
Yeah?
I think they're FBI. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Enjoy.
We're here joking about the FBI. Since when is that funny?
Silvio Manfred Dante.
At a funeral.
Detective Philemon Francis, Essex County Sheriff's Department. You're under arrest for violation Title 2C, Chapter 37, Section 2.
The FBI might not be funny, but apparently the local police are.
DA grabbed a few popcorn headlines. Here, go ahead. Last year I made bail so fast, my soup was still warm when I got home. With Paulie in the can, there's a new acting capo of his crew. It's Chrissy.
Hey, Chrissy, sit down.
It's a big responsibility, Chrissy.
Hey, I got it covered. First thing I'm doing is getting wings in my hair. You know, like Paulie.
I'll talk to you later. I don't know. Patsy feels bad. Maybe he was passed over.
Nobody's perfect, and that includes Sil when it comes to following Tony's orders. He may have a point, though.
Son of a fucking bitch.
After Tony tells Sil to not worry about Patsy's misgivings, we see Sil messing around with a trophy where the player at the top falls off and the glue he's using to put it back together isn't working. It makes me think of Tony's leadership at that moment and Sil's lack of faith in Tony's decision-making at that time. Tony may be the boss, but Sil is also part of the glue that holds it all together.
Go ahead.
What? Knock off the tile? Tony says no.
I got your back. Tony will be fine with it.
I don't sleep too good. What's the matter? I don't know. We think maybe she ran off to Europe.
Europe?
Yeah.
Sil cracks me up here, for what it's worth.
So you got a minute?
You know, you're getting to be a very strange man in your old age. You know that?
What? I'm just asking. Is it a hanging offense or not? Timeline got fucked up. The whole thing Misunderstanding.
Truckload of floor tiles. You should be looking at what, 30 grand?
Should be about $2,000 there. I'll have the rest for you later. When I came in to open up one morning, there you were with your head half in the toilet. Your hair was in the toilet water. Disgusting.
I told you I had the flu.
I said my piece, Chrissy.
Sil was known nonviolent pacifist, but he didn't enjoy violence just for the sake of violence. In other words, I don't think he was a sadist.
Silent as a mouse pissing on cotton.
If you like, we could arrange to have that same thing happen again.
I don't know that we need to be that, overstated. Tone, you sure you're all right? You got a big moose on.
It's a fucking broad. Believe that?
Really? You mean,
It's the real deal, I think.
no shit, huh?
There are some great and I think possibly underappreciated moments of Silvio Dante humor, like at the beginning of season 5, when Tony tells Sil he's really into this woman, but they have a platonic relationship, and she thinks they're just friends. Sil's probably like, yeah, that totally makes sense. You usually have women in your life who are just friends, totally platonic, right? And then when he casually asks, so what's the difference? When Tony describes what his new life is like now that he's separated from Carmela. Understated moments of Sil comedy.
See, the thing is, we got this platonic thing going. We have had for many years. She thinks that's what it is, but it's not. And no amount of convincing will change her mind.
So she was a friend.
Yeah. Tell you, I'm having a fucking time. Stay out late, come home drunk, fuck anyone I want.
Yeah, so what's the difference?
Sometimes it was like Sil knew Tony better than Tony knew himself.
This attitude of yours, it's a lot of what's made you an effective leader. But we all got flaws, even you. Why are you crying? He's gonna be fine. Hey, listen. This guy, he's a tough kid. Anybody can make it to something like this is Christopher. You hear me?
Sometimes he's pushing girls into the car, and sometimes he's pulling girls out of the car.
What's the matter with you? Huh? I asked you a question. Yeah, now get in the car. Come on.
No,
Come on.
please!
But he killed Aid. Yeah, he did. What else was he supposed to do?
When a conversation gets difficult,
Go.
all due respect.
And on that note, we have the famous all due respect conversation after Tony tells the guys that he wouldn't give up Tony B's location to the Lupertazzi family. Sil sees through Tony's standing with the guys talk and tells Tony what he thinks it's really all about, him not wanting to eat shit from John. Tony doesn't appreciate Sil's advice at the time, but we know he factors it into his later decision to take care of Tony B himself.
I know you since you were a kid, Tom. Frankly, you got a problem with authority. 7 deadly sins, and yours is pride.
All due respect. You got no fucking idea what it's like to be number one. Every decision you make affects every facet of every other fucking thing. It's too much to deal with almost. And in the end, you're completely alone with it all.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
It doesn't take very long for Sil to find out what it's like to be number one, and he'd rather not do it.
But I thought, it's not for me.
Still, you wouldn't sneeze at it.
It's these fucking flowers right here. For the time being, it's Bobby's. But he's still gonna kick up to you 20%.
Loans for the time being.
Yes, sir. What, do you speak Norwegian? For now. We gotta call the exterminator. These are rat turds.
And speaking of that family,
Bird you ever see? He's gone.
What happened? Go.
Bird let me know the other night. He's been playing both sides of the fence with New York.
Bert?
Measures were taken. Bert wasn't speaking for just himself. Guys are getting squeezed hard to sway them towards new management.
I thought you'd be a part of it.
And he got an answer.
still had a keen sense of when the exterminator needed to be called for rats. He just didn't know at the time that one of them might have been standing right there.
My hope is maybe now Phil gets the message, you know, we can talk this shit through.
Talk?
I'm starting to remember why I wanted to come here.
That's all for now. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video about Silvio Dante. What do you think of him?